Hi, Ariana. Lovely to see you.
Hello,
Um,
Charlie. Lovely to see you too.
yeah, and how are you getting on today?
Fine, fine, thank you. Finally, the little bit of sun came out.
Oh, well, brilliant, because I'm still stuck in the rain here. Um, so Arianna Milesi is one of the artists in the Southern Cardiac Art Exhibition. And behind me and behind Arianna, you can see her work partially shown on the backgrounds. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about how she got involved in the project, her own motivations, and the drawing she's created. So over to you, Ariana.
Thank you, Charlie, for inviting me to this chat and also for inviting me to the project, mostly, especially. I was really, I'm not affected directly from heart diseases, but I grew up in a family where my grandfather had really bad heart disease. Luckily, he died when he was really old, but he had to deal with all the problems and processes through his not his whole life, but more than a half of his life. So this was a theme that I felt really close to my feelings. And I know, and what fascinates me most, I think, about the heart in general is that it's really unpredictable. Uh, and of course, this makes it fascinating, but at the same time, really dangerous. And plus, on top of this, I was really intrigued by participating to this because the idea that a drawing of mine can be useful, even if in its minimal part, to this great cause, especially because it's oriented on a gender point of view, on a feminine point of view. So that was really important for me. I was really happy to participate.
Yeah, it's been really great having you.
Thank you.
So can you explain a little bit about which work you chose, which sort of original artwork you chose to work off, and why that one?
Yeah, of course. I picked the Venus of Dresda of Giorgione, that it's in Gemalde Gallery. Sorry for my German pronunciation, in Dresden, in Germany, of course. Painting because I really like the iconography and the painting itself, and also the author Giorgione. For centuries, someone else said that he wasn't only from Giorgione, it was by Titian. Nowadays, it's mostly think that they both did the painting. The figure has been done by Giorgione and the background by Titian, because it was one of his latest of Giorgione's paintings. It I found it's really well known, of course, because it's the first reclining nude body, female nude body of the Western history, and it became a sort of icon for all the other authors, like Manet or Titian, of course, and many others, Rubens, etc. What I find really interesting is that she is lying on her own in this beautiful landscape that's really mysterious and full of, dark spots. And she's quiet there, like if nobody's watching, in a way, from my point of view. And that is what makes, to me, this painting more interesting. I decided to use these colors because because it's a moment of my life where I really like fuchsia. And I found out just recently that that precise brand of pencils made these, probably, I think they made something wrong or something strange in that pigment, specifically of magenta, because if you put a little bit of alcohol on top of that, or like hairspray, everything changes.
Oh, wow.
It changes the color, yeah, really dramatically. It became from magenta to fuchsia, really, really bright. Now it's a little bit difficult to see it, but if you see it in real life, it's like that. And I enjoy the aesthetic point of view, but also the conceptual point of view, that it was like something that you cannot control. It's like sudden, like an heart attack or something like that, and boom, everything is changed. So So
Oh wow. Yeah, I
yeah,
love that. I love the pencil, like the concept behind. And what did you use? Did you put alcohol on it or did you put hairspray on it to change the color?
just hairspray because it fixes, of course, it fixes the graphite and all the colors, and at the same time, you know, you lose control of your artwork. That in a way it is scary, but it's good because it reminds you that it's outside of you. It's like gone.
That must be really nerve-wracking when you're putting the fixative on. So you finish the drawing, you put all of these hours of work into getting this drawing perfect, and then you put the hairspray on and all the colors change. Can you imagine that would be quite nerve-wracking as well?
Yeah. The first time it was, and especially because I have this, I obtained this effect with this particular magenta and also with Prussian blue.
Mhm.
That's another color that I use quite a lot. And especially, of course, when the drawing is really complex and big, and you say no, but then you think, this is interesting. I should explore more of that. Yeah.
So all of those really strong purples, were they a Prussian blue that changed color when you applied the fixative?
Yeah, it's a blending of fuchsia and Prussian blue. Yeah, yeah.
They're both such strong colors. I just assumed it was a violet, but I was like, it's not quite violet. So that makes sense. I'm like, now I understand what that color is.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this idea, especially because it's really detailed style. So you spend normally a lot of time in composition of where to put what, you know, because of course in this case I did reproduce only the Giorgione painting, but I added some detail related to the first aid that you give when someone is having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And to me, sometimes to me drawing is more like the work of a photographer, when you have to decide what to put where exactly. So yeah, it was more or less a work like that, or a scenography, something like that. Yeah.
So you've got the elements of the reclining nude, you've got the pads, you've got shock pads, and you've got sepia. And I think you have text also running through the image. You have text in it?
I think so. Something. Sometimes I put, because it's a process that is like I don't know. It's like you throw something in the water, okay, and then something gets on the surface, like it's wood, okay, where if it's stone, it stays down. But with a big wave, things can come up again. So in a way, I work in this way when I'm composing something. So sometimes there are words that are not necessarily related to the subject, okay, but when I'm drawing, it comes up again.
Okay. So thank you so much, Arianna, for sharing more about your artwork, about the inspiration behind it and how you created it with us. And it's been fantastic to have it in the show and on display. And hopefully we'll get you in the next show as well.
Oh yeah, thank you. It'll be lovely. I'm really, really happy I've been chosen by you for this experience. To me, it was an experience more than just a commission. It was really lovely to participate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. And if you want to find out more about Arianna, you can look up her Instagram, which I'll put below, and you can also find her via the Sudden Cardiac Art Instagram. That's it.